Route 33 has long stretches with no streetlights, no towns, no cell service, just asphalt cutting through the mountains, bending and folding in on itself, as if the land is trying to hide something. Most people don't notice anything wrong. First time they drive it, it usually starts with headlights. They appear in the rearview mirror without warning. Two lights, close together, riding low. Too close to be comfortable, but not aggressive enough to feel like road rage. If you speed up, they stay exactly where they are. If you slow down, they do the same. Drivers say the distance never changes. Some assume it's a tailgater. Some think it's a state trooper waiting for a mistake. Most decide to ignore it. That's usually when the road begins to feel longer than it should. Miles pass without a single side road. The trees grow thicker, the bends sharper. Drivers start checking mile markers to reassure themselves they're making progress. That's when they realize something is wrong. The same marker appears again, same number, same scrape along the metal post, same leaning angle. The headlights are still there, steady and patient. Some people turn around. They drive back the way they came, certain they missed an exit or took a wrong turn. They drive for 20 minutes, sometimes for an hour. The gas gauge drops. The trees never thin. Eventually, the road curves, the same bend, the same trees, the same mile marker. The headlights are behind them again. A few drivers stop. When they do, the headlights stop too. No doors open, no engine revs, just the quiet hum of two idling vehicles in the dark, facing the same stretch of empty road. Those who stay stop too long report something worse. They say the headlights dim slightly, as if the other car is leaning forward, as if whoever is inside is trying to see through the rear window. No one reports seeing a face. State troopers insist Route 33 does not loop. There are no circular stretches, no documented anomalies. When cars are reported missing, they are logged as accidents or voluntary disappearances, but the cars are never found. Not burned, not wrecked, not abandoned, just gone. The only consistent detail in the reports is the same question asked again and again. Why didn't it pass me? Locals have their own rule. If someone flashes their headlights behind you on Route 33, you do not pull over, do not acknowledge them, do not turn around, because whatever is following you already knows where you are. It just wants to see how long you'll keep driving before you understand you're not getting away. Asterisk, asterisk. I've been assigned to Route 33 for 11 years. Officially, it's a quiet stretch. Too quiet. So no major intersections. So no businesses open past dusk. Calls come in mostly for stalled vehicles or drivers who panic when they lose service and think they're lost. Unofficially, it's where missing cars began. We don't say that part out loud. The first time I noticed the pattern was after my third recovery call that month. Same story every time. A driver calls in shaken, reports being followed by headlights that won't pass. By the time we reach the area, the call drops. No vehicle. No skid marks. T-marks. Supervisors tell us to log it as a dropped call and move on. There's no evidence to justify anything else. Route 33 doesn't loop. The maps are clear. The satellite data agrees. Still, we're told something quietly during training. Not written down. It's not acknowledged. If a driver reports headlights behind them on Route 33, you do not tell them to pull over. You tell them to keep driving. We're not told why. I found out on my own. It was just after midnight when I saw them for the first time. I wasn't responding to a call. I was patrolling, running the road the way I had hundreds of times before. That's important. I knew where I was. I noticed headlights in my rearview mirror near mile marker 41, riding low, close, closer than most drivers would be comfortable with, behind a marked cruiser. I slowed. They slowed. I accelerated. They stayed exactly where they were, I considered pulling over to issue a warning. Tailgating is still a violation out there, even at night, but I remembered the training, so I kept driving. 10 minutes passed, then 20. I checked the mile markers. I frowned and kept going. The road bent left, then right, just as I expected. Trees pressed in, no turnoffs, no lights. COD, the cruiser's radio hummed softly, the only sound besides the engine. Mile marker, for one, same dent, same reflective scrape. I checked my GPS. It showed me moving forward, perfectly straight line, no loop. Felt a pressure behind my eyes then, not fear, something closer to embarrassment, like I'd made a simple mistake and didn't want to admit it. I slowed to a stop. The headlights stopped too. We sat there, idling, the road empty in front of me, the dark heavy on both sides. I waited for doors to open, for footsteps, for anything. Human. Nothing happened. The headlights dimmed slightly, not off, slower, as if whoever was behind me had leaned forward. I did not turn around. That part is important too. I put the cruiser back in gear and drove. Eventually, headlights disappeared, just blinked out, like they had never been there at all. I drove until dawn, when I filed my report. I left that part out. A week later, a car went missing near mile marker, for one, then another. Now, when calls come in late at night from that stretch, I listen carefully. I don't interrupt. I don't reassure them too much, and never ask them to describe the driver behind them, because I already know what they'll say. They never see the car. They only see the lights, and they're always too close. Sometimes, when I patrol Route 33, I still check my mirror more often than I should, not because I expect to see something, but because I'm afraid one night I won't see anything at all and I'll realize the lights were never behind me. They were waiting for me to notice them again.